What's happening, everyone? In today's video, I'm finally going to start work on this window. For whatever reason, this window doesn't want to seem to work correctly. It goes about halfway up and then just struggles all the rest of the way. So we need to figure out what's causing the problem and fix it. I think the window regulator is knackered, but without further investigation we won't know for sure. Hopefully it'll be an easy fix, but window regulators are normally a nightmare. So fingers crossed we can get this sorted in today's video. I've already taken this off once, so I think it's only held on with 2 torque screws there. Nothing. Just looking at this motor, whether this has been off before like everything else, but what I have noticed is this, what's missing there? It's definitely a bolt that goes on there. That's probably why it's out of line. One like that. Let's try bolting there first before I change this. So I found one like this. I think this is off the BM regulator. I still think that's knackered. So what I've decided to do to see if this can be fixed, so I'm going to take the window out and get the regulator out and have a good look at it, because it's all twisted. I just want to see if it is broken before I do order a new one. So to release the glass, you've got to undo them little screws there. That releases that there, and then it's the same. You've got to lower the glass enough so you can get in there to undo that one, and the glass should pop out. I'm going to take all the rubber out and redo all the rubber as well. Someone's definitely been in here messing around, so I don't know what they've done, but they might not have put it in properly, so we'll have a good look. Now with the glass out of the way, I can release the mechanism. Now this doesn't even look like anything I've seen on the internet. I gotta be honest, I think this is absolutely knackered. It's not like the ones I've seen online, and these clips, it just looks different what I've seen for this car, so I don't know. It just doesn't, it's not right. This is still the same mechanism. It's been doing my head in overnight. I've tried to price these up. They're all different and different variations, but the one for this car is about 120 quid for this mechanism. And I think someone had gone in there and messed around with it. So I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm going to have another look at this today. I've had a quick look at it. I've stripped it all back down and started again. And I think I've managed to get it the way it supposed to be. It just fell to bits when I was taking it out of the car, so it all seems to go up and down, works perfect. I've got the mechanism there. I don't know whether that's the right way. The only way is doing it is testing it. And I think the glass, the way the glass was sitting in there didn't help, and it was sticking in the rubber. So I'm hoping, just by stripping it down, greasing it all up, cleaning it all, and trying to get it back in without it falling to bits, I'm going to cable tie the centre of it to stop it from falling out, get it all into place and I'm going to strip that rubber out and see if I can get this working, because I need to save as much money as possible. I'm not paying 120 quid for one of them. There was ones on eBay for 20 quid, but when I put in the registration and asked obviously the seller, they said no, they don't fit. So, and that was for a 3-door version. So this must be just for this particular version of car. Like everything else, like I said, the brakes were different. Everything is slightly different on this car, and it's a little bit more expensive. So if I can get away with fixing this, because there's nothing broke on it, there's no wires snapped, so I can't see why this doesn't work. So I don't think it was the mechanism itself. I think the glass or the motor is at fault, but as soon as I undone the motor, it just fell to bits. So if we can get this back in at some shape and get it working, do you know what, I'd be well chuffed with that, because putting this back together without knowing how it went in the first place, I think it's pretty good in itself. So I'm hoping it'll work. Taking another look at this, and I'm looking at it the wrong way. Now these need to be facing the other way for the brackets to be facing out to the door. So, I'm nearly there, but it needs to be flipped over and then reverse. Alright, you know what? Fry my brain. I'll get this right in the end, guys.
Be miserable all day trying to fix this, like?
Stress me out. I've been miserable, I've just been stressed out over it. I do my head in.
Yeah, but this is the days where it counts, innit? Do you have a clue what you're doing?
No.
No?
No, I'm just guessing some of it. I'm hoping it'll work.
Is that what you do with most of your project cars then?
Yep.
So we don't do it for my one.
It's like got too much slack in it, I have. What I'm doing now is trying to take up the slack on this cable and wrap it around a couple of times. Right, I think I've got it now. The only thing is there's a slight little bit of slack on it, and I just think that's how it's supposed to be, unless it's stretched the cable, but that's the best I can get it. That's facing the right way. That's facing the right way. They both go up and down, and that turns. So I'm going to cable tie this in place now to stop it from moving, so we can get it in that position there, and hopefully it'll go back in. Bloody hard work that was. What I've done now is I've taken all the rubber all out of there. I've just got a window in the one seal. I just want to see if the window goes up and down freely without the rubber in there. Then I'll know when, if it's the rubber slowing it down or the motor, because there's no resistance on our window. So I've gone and taken the switch off the door card so I can just chuck it on without the door card being in the way. Yeah, it's too much slack in it. The cable is stretched and that's why it's like that. It's no good. I give up. I had another look to see if I can build this mechanism up, but it just doesn't seem right to me. So, and this shouldn't just fall off. So I think it's something definitely wrong with it. Someone's been in there and potched with it before, 100%, because our bolt was missing it. So I'm just going to order one of them now. So a new regulator for it. So at least you know it's done. So I can't do no more with this door until I order a new one. I've ordered black mirrors, mirror caps to go on. I think that was the majority of what people have asked for. Black to go with the black roof. That's what colour they are going, so they're on order. I've ordered a front bumper for that. That's on its way. It's taken a while to find one in colour, so that's coming. We need to get that in the garage soon so we can strip off the front end and have a look how bad the damage is. But I want to get this MOT ready. Now it's a couple of days since I filmed that window regulator removal and fitting, but I have found something that I didn't notice before, and I know why the window is playing up. Now the car's in the garage. I brought it in. Now I've removed all the rubbers. I wanted to see if the window would still work without all the rubbers in. I took them out of here, tested it, and the window would still run really slow. And then it got to the point, and if you heard, you could hear all the wire coming off the roller. So the wires are stretched because this has been straining for so long, going up and down. It's stretched all the cable, so the window regulator is no good. I've got a new one in there, an upgraded version. I'm hoping it's going to work, and I'll talk you through that now in a minute, but I want to explain what I found. Now, when I had the car, and I've totally forgot all about it to be honest, this was where the wing mirror was, but the wing mirror had snapped off. If you remember, it was all dented and scratched. It's still got a slight dent in the door there, but this was all broken, and it was just a wire where the wing mirror was. And I just refitted the new wing mirror, fitted lovely, and forgot about it. But after testing and looking and finding out why this window was so slow going up, this is actually bent. Well, I don't think it's going to show up too much on the camera, but this is out of position. This needs to be twisted back into shape. That's what's causing the window to slow down. It's yeah, it's really tight there. You can feel it. Now that's something I've missed, and hindsight, I should have realised that's what was causing the window to go slow, but I forgot all about it, and I didn't realise it was that damaged. It's just barely noticeable. So, but I should have clicked when the window wasn't working properly, but I automatically thought it was them wind deflectors that's damaged the motor, because I've had it on cars before where I've had these wind deflectors fitted, and for whatever reason it tends to push the window out, and that tends to stretch the wires and the window regulator as well, and put the window regulator under strain. And I thought because they were fitted, it might have been that and not this. So before I do any more, and I don't want to fit the new one with this in place, so we're going to straighten this out first. Then obviously I've got to take this glass back out, take the old one out, and then put the new one in. And I'm going to talk through the differences between that one and the one that's in the car. There's a difference in price as well, to be fair, but everything for this car seems to be a lot more expensive. They revised the window regulator in this model to that one later on, and I'll show you. But first, let's sort this out, because this needs to be sorted first. Now we're really lucky, the rubber protects a lot of this, so you're not going to see it. I wanted to show you this. That now lines up with that. That's further back and straight. So that should now, the window should run up and down in there freely and not be strained. So I'm hoping that sorted that problem. So I just got to put the rubber back in and take the glass out and put that regulator in. First thing we need to do is get the window back up to a point where we can undo it from there and pull the window out. That's in line there for me to undo that, and it lines up with this hole there. I need to undo that. That'll enable me to take the glass out, so I'll take that off, and then that'll enable me to take out the old regulator. Take out the 4 10mm bolts that's holding it in. Now let's take a look at the new one I've bought. Now that's the new one and that's the old one. Now as you can see, they are slightly different. Now this was also removed from a 3-door version Polo. I don't know why that one's different to this one, because the size of the door is the same. It might be I don't know, perhaps I might have an added feature that this one doesn't have. I don't know, but as you can see, that's what's happened to the old one. The cable is stretched, that's why it's not working, and there's no way of winding it back on properly. I got it working, but the cable's just too far gone. I know you can buy kits for these to put new cables in, but I just, you know, for what it's worth, I had this for like 29 quid. Now I'm hoping this is going to fit. Now on the bottom of this one, there's bolts that go through the bottom. On this one there's nuts, but the shape is the same. It's curved at the bottom, that's curved at the bottom. What I liked about this one is the wire's not going to pop off when you're trying to put it on, so when I take this motor off, feed that through the holes, it's going to stay in place and the tension. With that one, that just pops off and it doesn't keep its tension. So the only way to know is by testing it. I'm going to put a little bit of grease in these runners just to keep these wires free. Let's get this in the car because I'm scared this is going to pop off. And that's the difference between this one and the other one. The other one, there was nothing really holding this in place for it to fall out. And now this one's that keeps all the cables nice and tidy. Now that's the difference between the old one and this one. This one sits in place with these clips and the old one just fell straight out, and then that's why that fell off. That is in place a minute. I don't think it's going to fall out unless I push it out, so that's okay. I've just got to line up all the mechanism now and hopefully that's going to line up. It's going good so far. That's the one bolt. There's the other one. It's come through. That one lines up and that one lines up, and the clips for inside, they're all just in place. I've clipped in there and clipped in there, so that fits perfectly and it's held in place with this as it should be, and you can still get through there. So we're just going to do these up now, put the window in and test it. I'm hoping it'll work. Now I've put the original one back in for now, and if it struggles or it plays up, then I'll swap it with a newer one. But I've put it like for like, because I don't think there was anything wrong with this. The Audi S1 is probably one of the best hot hatches of all time, and this Audi is no exception. It's been featured on the channel many times, and there's a full playlist on its rebuild. The Audi has probably been my toughest project to date to rebuild and sell, with the cost of living crisis affecting us all. Not everyone can justify spending out on a sporty 228 brake horsepower 4-wheel drive monster. So now's your chance to own this high-spec Audi S1 Quattro for just £1.50. Head over to raffle.com, purchase your tickets. There's plenty of bundles available. The more you buy, the greater your chances of winning. Not only that, you're helping a fantastic cause. 5% of all tickets sold will be donated to the Kidney Wales Foundation. Without the research, education and treatment from charities like these, my wife wouldn't be here today. The Audi S1 needs a good home, and it could be yours, but only if you get involved. Enter via the barcode on the screen, click the link in the description, or head over to raffle.com. Good luck, guys. Now it's time for the glass. So I'm hoping this time it's going to work, because I just want to put this door card back on so it's all, it'll look complete then, rather than just in that state there, looking like that, because that's what it's been like for ages while I was trying to sort out this glass. I just want to make sure everything is perfect on there before I take it for an MOT. So that's one of the reasons why I want to get this window sorted. So what I've done, I've just tightened up these, but not extremely tight because you're going to break the glass. And that one in there. Now this is the worst part for me, because I always feel like when you do something with the windows, it feels like it's not going to stop and just break. Please work. Yes! Yes! Oh, do you know what? Well happy with that. Well happy. And that's the original motor, so I've got a spare motor there now if I need to use it for anything, or I can sell it. Whew, what an absolute pig of a job to do, but I sorted it in the end. No dramas. It just needed a bit of time and a bit of thinking. I tried to save a bit of money as well by repairing the one that was on there, but it was too far gone. And now that I've straightened that out as well, I'm happy with that. Well happy. Great stuff. Yes. Oh, you wouldn't believe, honestly, that has been doing my head in for a couple of weeks now. Yes! So what I've got left to do now is just put all the trims back in, both sides, and refit the panel. You know, some things you've just got to be persistent with. Although you feel like just this moment of giving up. Window regulators are the bane of my life, honest to God. My wife's BMW was the same. That was an absolute nightmare. We sorted it in the end. This is the same. I've sorted it. And the way they design things, it won't be so bad if you take our speaker out to get your hand underneath, but it's riveted in, so you've got to drill it out. I didn't want to be messing around with riveting in it. You just use bolts, screws, whatever. Don't rivet things in, man. It makes things twice as hard. Anyway, rant over. Let's get this panel back on. Remember, if you've broke any of the clips for the door cards, replace them. I don't even know where half the other ones that were on this have gone, but they've disappeared. They're not in the door, so I don't know where they've gone, but I've replaced them now. So I'm hoping it'll fit okay. Right, I've encountered another problem. But it's not a big problem. It's just threads for this wing mirror are not the best, and the threads for this have gone as well, so they won't grip the mirror to hold it in place, so I'm going to have to tap and die it. Put some new threads on them. Like, that's the choice, nothing's ever straightforward, but it don't matter, I'll sort it, we normally do. And that's the same as well. It's lost a bit of its thread, so I'm going to rethread this as well. Hopefully, let's try it and see if this works. Yes. Tell you what, if you've got any spare cash lying around, get yourself one of these. They're brilliant. They saved me a few times. Let's fit this wing mirror. Yes. No, I couldn't have done that without one of these. I'm well happy with that. That's another job ticked off. I was doing my head in. Okay, it might not look the prettiest. This is where the damage was with that mirror. It had gone around and hit it. The rubber's not the best. There's a slight little dent in the door. You see that there with the light. But you know, at the end of the day, it's a 2012, well, nearly 2013. It was registered December 12, so it's nearly a 2013 car. Oh, it's got a ding at the bottom of the door, and it's got that little bit on the top. No, I'm not going to go to the extreme of replacing the door for that. That is what it is. And that is the end of that video. I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I did, because that was a nightmare to do, but I've done it in the end. The window now works. So in the next episode we're going to crack on and do the smoke test on this engine and try and get this engine running sweet before we take it for an MOT. So that's all to come, plus we've got videos coming on the Volkswagen Polo as well. So that's all to come. So if you like the videos, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. And I'll catch you all in a bit, guys. Bye. Just hold the camera, Tom. You don't have to do that.
Look at the attitude on him. Be miserable all day trying to fix this, like.
Then why are you filming this, like?
It's content, see. Didn't want to film this, like. I just don't get it. Do you have a clue what you're doing?
No.
No?
No, I'm just guessing some of it.
How's that for an angle pie?
It's upside down, Tom.
Well, the camera. Maybe we could talk to the camera. Explain to them what you're doing.
I would love to. My brain can only focus on one thing at a time.